Hello everyone, I am Seonpil Yoo, and I'm the only person working on painful procedure now. So I feel very privileged to be the last paying guy during this funding period. This is my third IRC meeting. In the first meeting, I shared my background in animal science and how I became to be involved in the AWP. In the second meeting, I presented two video clips showing that cats are capable of learning the location of milk bottles. Today, as the last paying guy during this period, I will provide a summary of our work in painful procedure so far. Additionally, I will introduce my upcoming project for the remaining period. As you can see here, pain is defined as an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience. However, previous pain studies in calves focused on the sensory aspect of pain. Sensory aspect of pain shows only the presence or absence of pain. To know whether there is pain or not is important, but more important thing is to know how calves perceive the pain and gauging its significance to them. Over the past few years, we focused on leveling the emotional aspect of pain in calves. We started with the injection techniques, focusing on three common methods for calves: intranasal, intramuscular, and subcutaneous injections. However, we were unsure how calves perceive the injection pain. To investigate this, one of our PhD alumni, Thomas, introduced approach aversion test. The illustration here shows the test apparatus. So in the test, initially 1 liter of milk was provided. When a calf began drinking, 0.5 ml of saline solution was injected using one of these three injection techniques. The volume of provided milk gradually decreased every 3 days to 0.5 liter, 0.25 liter, and finally to 0 liter. Thomas found that only calves in the intramuscular injection group spend more time approaching the bottle when 0.25 liter and 0 liter of milk were provided. This indicates that 0.25 liter of milk was not perceived as worth enduring the intramuscular injection pain. We also delved into the topic of castration in male dairy calves. For initial step, Emmeline compared the surgical castration with rubbering castration over the 8-week period post-castration. She discovered that rubbering castration led to a decrease in average daily gain and lying time, along with an increase in the number of castration lesion leakings. In conclusion, it was observed that rubbering castration induced more pain than surgical castration, at least within the first 8 weeks following the procedure. Thomas approaches the comparison of the two castration methods differently. The focus of him was on evaluating the impact of surgical and rubbering castration on the affective state using the conditioned place aversion test. So this illustration shows the room for the conditioned place aversion test. Calves were castrated in one of these two pens and stayed in the castration room for 6 hours. On the first, second, and third days after castration, the calves were placed in the alley between the two pens, and Thomas recorded in which pen the calves stayed. Interestingly, none of the two treatment groups avoided the castration pen. Considering the use of multimodal pain controller for castration, this might indicate that multimodal pain controller effectively managed the pain. We also studied the effect of disbudding pain on emotion and perception. To study this, one of our alumni, Ben, used the judgment bias test. He trained the calves to know that when there is a butter in the left-hand location, the positive location, they can get milk from the butter in 100% chance. When there is a butter in the right-hand location, the negative location, they will get punished in 100% chance. When there is a butter in the middle of the location, the chance they will get milked or get punished is half and half. 6 hours after disbudding, calves spend more time approaching the butters in the positive and near positive and the middle locations, indicating that disbudding pain made the calves more pessimistic. Thomas used the conditioned aversion test to study the effect of disbudding on affective state. The method was similar to the castration study I mentioned previously. Briefly, he made calves associate disbudding pain with a pen, with one of the pen, and then first, second, and third days after disbudding, he recorded in which pen calves stayed. He found that calves avoided the pen where they were disbudded. Additionally, he observed that calves spent more time in the pen where they received melloscum and local block for disbudding than the pen where they received only a local block for disbudding. Furthermore, he found that calves spent less time in the pen where they underwent caustic-based disbudding than the pen where they experienced hot iron disbudding. I delved into examining the impact of pain caused by hot iron disbudding on memory using a modified whole board test apparatus. So this is the apparatus, and in the room there was 15 bottles with 4 milk containing bottles and 11 empty bottles. So from day one after disbudding, calves were put in the room every day so that calves could learn the location of milk bottles. As a result, we found that calves learned the location of milk bottles. However, no differences were observed between the disbudding and control groups. This suggests that disbudding pain may be too minor to significantly affect memory, and it's possible that this kind of memory test paradigm was not sensitive enough to detect such a subtle effect. So now we know that the pain is a matter for calves. Calves take the pain seriously and want to avoid the pain. And the pain can change calves' affective state. Also, we know that we can control the pain using multimodal pain control with sedation, local block, and NSAIDs. But I think there is more we can do to further reduce the pain, which is refining the disbudding procedure. Surprisingly, there is no study compared the effect of the size of the caustic paste area on pain and the healing periods. So I will investigate whether a smaller caustic paste area is sufficient to prevent home growth, and if it is facilitates a faster healing procedure compared to large caustic paste wounds. So this research aims to contribute valuable insights into reducing pain following disbudding and improving the overall welfare of the calves. This is what I prepared for today, and thank you for listening.